known each other forever, so finding a point where like we met is a little difficult.
Our moms were pregnant together, and once we were born, I imagined that we met then. However, I don't remember. But I do know that we had some baby hangout time.
I mean, I always remember growing up with her, going to Taco Tuesdays down at the roadside.
Went to all of our schooling together. We were in elementary school, middle school, high school together. I actually moved my desk in first grade because I thought that Brandon talked too much, which is kind of ironic because now it's kind of a challenge to get words out of him at times.
Senior year in college, I rode up with a good friend of mine, Anthony. We carpooled together, and I met up with her at a party or something, and we got to talking again. I hadn't seen her in a long time, and on the ride home, I didn't even realize I was doing it, but about halfway through, Anthony looks over to me and said, "Hey man, you know, you haven't stopped smiling this entire ride. Like, what happened?" You know, it was just seeing her again. First date's kind of weird because actually our first date was probably in the 7th grade.
We were 13, and I remember planning the date via AOL Instant Messenger.
We went and saw Men in Black 2. One of the things I remember is obviously we couldn't drive, right? So her dad picked us up in her Firebird convertible.
I was going on my very first date for the very first time, riding in the back of the super windy convertible. My hair looked like a mess. I was nervous. I was scared. My dad was taking me. That was even more nerve-wracking.
And I'd never really been in a convertible. I thought it was really cool. And she didn't want to mess up her hair, didn't like the wind. So we put the top up. I was disappointed about the whole experience. I wanted to ride with the top down.
We got there and we watched the movie, and that was also our first kiss.
I always held Rachel to a different standard. I always knew there was something, right? And I mean, even in high school, I noticed her out of the crowd, and it wasn't until later in life I started to realize that, you know, this is the girl I want to spend the rest of my life with.
It was always going to be all or nothing, and that's very much so Brandon's personality anyway. We were, I don't know, I just knew like once it finally clicked, we were going to end up that was going to be it. He was going to be the last person that I would ever be with. He was going to be my partner in crime for the rest of my life. I knew that's just how it would be.
I tried to think of something that would have a little bit of my flair to it. So we went down to Hocking Hills, down in southern Ohio, and that part of the world I think is just absolutely beautiful. I tricked her. I tried to trick her, I guess. Told her I just wanted to get away from work and go down on this trip. And I'm pretty sure she knew the whole time. A good friend of mine, actually, one of the groomsmen at my wedding, he lived down there. I called him up and asked, hey, you know, do me a big favor.
Well, the proposal was perfect. It was awesome. But I was onto it a little bit because he was planning something, and Brandon is not a planner. My best friend Mel, she was very good at putting things into perspective for me. And she was like, well, if it's going to happen, don't mess it up and say that you know. And then she would always be like, and if it doesn't happen, don't get all disappointed. It'll happen. Then we were driving there, and I kept like thinking in my head, oh, is he going to? Is he not going to? And then I eventually came to terms that if he didn't, I was just going to be really upset, really disappointed. We walk in, and there's music playing, roses out around the whole entire cabin. Thank you, Ryan and Kaya, for that one. And Danielle, they were amazing. They helped so much throughout the process. Very thankful for them. But anyway, there's roses all over, music playing. It's like an adorable cabin in the middle of nowhere, just the two of us. And then he just grabbed my hands. And
she kind of turned to me like, what's going on? And at that point, I tried I remember the whole ride down, planning out this long speech about all this stuff I was going to say. And I'm pretty sure I didn't say one word.
I can't even remember what he said.
Not one part that I had rehearsed this for the whole 3-hour drive.
Something along the lines of, I brought you here because I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and then he got down on one knee and proposed.
But apparently I spit out just enough because she said yes.
On our wedding day, I am just looking forward to just having everybody together and just celebrating us, because I really feel like we have something that is going to work. I think it's going to be great, and I'm just really excited to celebrate that with everybody that we love.
I guess I just like to celebrate us. It's going to be a real important day, and it's a big step in our life. Committing to someone, forever, and we're both going to have that bond. We're always going to be there for each other. So, and it's going to be a heck of a celebration.
Brandon, I'm so excited to start this adventure with you. I think we're going to be great. I know that we make an awesome team together.
So, Rachel, I guess one of the things that I think makes us so special is just our ability to have fun together. You and I can do absolutely nothing and make it an awesome day. Or be in a huge crowd of people and still find ourselves having fun together. Don't ever lose that.
And I just hope in 10, 15 years we have our own little healthy family and we're just having fun. That's one of the best things about us, is that we always have such a good time together, and I hope that we can carry that through and continue just being best friends for life.
Also, I guess I just want to tell you how much I love you, and how much I really look forward to spending the rest of my life with you.
We wanted to take this time to thank all of you so much for coming to our wedding. This day truly would not mean as much as it does without you here. So thank you so much for coming. We hope you have the best time, and we love you all. Enjoy the night. Here's to you.
Here's to you.
Do you think there's anything else we should say? 'Cause I'm not taking another shot.